Okay guys, so welcome back to another backtesting session of Australian dollar Japanese yen. Last time round we went through the first month of January 2021, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start working our way through February, but I'm not going to make the video as long as what we did before. So the video was about 2 hours long. I'm going to try to keep this to about 40-45 minutes, so we're probably going to do the first week, maybe even the second week. But as before, what we're going to do is jump into the bar replay mode. I'm going to shrink all of this down so I can't see any trends. And we're just going to go back to where we left off. Let's shrink that down a bit more to make sure that there's definitely no trends. We're going to go to the end of January so we can figure out where we got to. And then alter it to the 15 minute and press auto. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much where we got to. I'm pretty sure this was filled, so there we are. This is pretty much the end point of the last video. Now, ignore the colorings. I think I changed that for a YouTube thumbnail, so you know these are colors moving forwards. Let's just refamiliarize ourselves with where we are in the market. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is essentially I'm gonna clear up my charts right here. Okay, so I don't want to have all of this on the charts because it is very messy. It's very hard to see. So just a little tip for everybody. Oh, okay. Did I do that already? I did! Okay, cool. Tidied up my charts. Okay, so I've already selected everything. Everything which I did before, I've placed into a group, and I've just done a little, close the eye, and we can start again, more or less from scratch. Okay, so the best thing that we can do is essentially go back to the 4-hour chart and see where we are, okay? So we're just going to be following market structure, so I'm, again, just going to be marking out my highs and lows, and see what direction the market's going in. Okay, so I'm going to call this the H4 boss. It doesn't have to have the boss because it's there isn't a break of structure yet, but I've made it a thick blue line, so that's always going to be visible to us. We're also going to mark out here. That was broken. Yep. Just looking at the intraday structure now. Sorry, the intra-range structure. Need to try and think of another way to describe that. So yeah, that's the highest point there. And then what do? We got a break. That's still the highest point. So the highest point between these 2 points. Right, let's zoom in and make this a little bit easier. So all I'm doing is I'm going to be finding the high between these 2 points. So the lowest point here got broken by this. Yes, it was a wick, but price continued down. So I'm now going to mark out the highest point, which is this one. So that's another significant level. So somewhere between here and here on the 15-minute time frame. But there's an order block up here. Can't remember because I did that video probably about a month ago. So working our way down, we get another break. Yes, it was a wick, but it continued down. Price worked its way back up. The highest point of there was here, and we've just had a break. It was a wick break, and there was also, if we look at this, the most recent high, so not necessarily the highest high, but the most recent high was broken by a body. Okay, so that's the structure, the way which I can see it, just to really simplify it. Let's hope that this is clear enough for you to see. Price is working its way up. We've had a break of structure moving down. Price hasn't created a new high, so we've got at the moment what could be a lower high. So that's a high, that's a low, a lower high confirmed, got a lower low. We've got a lower high, lower low, and then we've got a higher high. Yet at the same time, all of this stuff going on here is just within this giant range, okay, between there and there. So generally speaking, you can see this zigzagging movement as a what's known as like a complex pullback. Okay, so a complex, complicated, whatever you want to call it, it's a pullback in part of this massive trend moving upwards. Okay, so not everything like this, complex pullback continues up. To be fair, this looked like a turnaround. Yeah, so this looks like a complex pullback to me, so price looks as though it could continue up there, but I could be sadly mistaken because this is a wick right here, and that could just be a wick rejection to end up turning us around again. Okay, so now that I've created a bit of a, I guess like a market bias, we can get started with marking up the charts a little bit clearly on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so let's drop down a time frame. Right, so on the 15-minute time frame, what do we have? we had, yep, it was just a body break on there. We also had a body break on here, so that high was definitely taken out. Let's just remove that now. This high has been taken out, so let's just remove things as we go along to keep it nice and clean. Perfect. Yep, we can remove that. So let's just mark up our high, so we know that this is our 4-hour high, and currently this is our 4-hour low. We also have on the 15-minute time frame, so I'm going to alter this in a second, we have a miniature break, or a chock, let's call it, more like a breaker structure to be fair, and then we've got another one here. So that means that we could possibly be looking at reversals at the moment, at least just down to here, maybe even a little bit further if we're lucky. We also have had a structure break from there. Oops, wrong one. So 15-minute break of structure. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll click into February shortly, but I just want to try and figure out whether or not there's going to be any order blocks on here which are worth looking at. Now, there's one here which has been mitigated by this, so let's just put on a mitigation so I don't forget. So that's already been mitigated. I'm not going to be targeting this order block. The next time we're approaching this area, I'm going to be expecting price just to smash through it. Okay, so I'm not looking for a reversal if price comes back up to there. And if we're working our way down, there's a nice push up here, so there's a lot of demand coming into the market. There's an order block here. So really this whole zone is an area of interest to me. Where can we go from here? Let's see if we can get into any moves straight away. Maybe we want to, because we've just got a break of this. Could we be getting involved straight away? Well, technically, yeah, it is February now, but let's not. Let's just see what the market gives us. Just as well we didn't. Okay, so on this leg down, oh, what have we got? Right, okay. Got a nice break there. Although we did have, oh, you know what, I missed this, sorry, a little bit rusty today. So we had a break there, had another break, so we could realistically be looking at taking a long around about here. And I'll tell you what, we're going to mark up a long because I'm fairly convinced that price is working its way back up. Yes, we've had a few breaks. Price has come back in. We've had another sort of change of direction just on the 15 minutes. We've had a break of this. Price is coming back very in a staggered format. Okay, so if we shape this, price went a little bit like that. Had its little move around here, and then it's sort of zigzagging its way again. So it's not convincing me that price is going to just shoot down, because if it was going to shoot down, it would have gone already. So it looks as though price might start picking up and going that way. So realistically, any order blocks on this little run up here, which is essentially from here upwards, I'm going to be keen to take it just all the way up if I can. But because I'm a little bit unsure of the overall direction, the target would probably only be here. I'm not even sure if it'd be worth it. But I'll tell you what, let's mark it up on the chart. Let's look at two different order blocks which have my eye. Okay, so there's one which we're almost at, so let's call that a 15-minute demand. I might just mark these out as points of interest, just to not really confuse things. And then what we have is another one here which caused a break, but the break was only a wick, whereas this one was this one's the one. Okay, this one's the stronger one. Let me explain that really quickly. So just in case you're new to the channel, this order block here was a demand zone. Okay, so price came down, it was a lot of people trying to go down, but this wick indicates to me that the price started to push up. Price was being pushed up here, orders were coming into the market, it engulfed the order block, which is great. But this area here, which was the high before the push down and the break of this zone, basically this push up only broke it with a candle, with a wick, sorry. So price again started getting pushed down. But this one, which got broken, so this next high further along, that got broke by a body. Yes, there's a wick on it, but the body, you know, the break came on the body there. So when there's a body break, I tend to target one of the more recent order blocks, or one of the more significant ones. And because this pullback is a little bit more significant than the other ones which we've seen, we've already seen price come and grab liquidity. It's just forming liquidity down here. It looks as though this one's going to be the most exciting one to get involved with. So we can mark up 2 on our charts just in case. So we could take a loss on this one and have price come down to here, but we've had a little mitigation so far already. So let's just look at where we could have this on the chart. Okay, now if we were to be targeting the nearest high, which is this one, or potentially up here, we're not going to get much for a risk-reward ratio on this second one which I've drawn out. So let's just put this on there so we can measure. Okay, a 9.2 stop, which isn't very good, and that's only a 3.5. Obviously we would need to target all the way up there, and that's an 8.29. Okay, so that looks good, but this one's more convincing. So I'm going to actually remove that one from the chart and just get rid of it. I'm going to try and change the color of this as well because it's quite distracting. That's quite a heavy purple. Let's see if I can change that slightly. I hope you guys can still see that. And we're also going to place our order. Okay, let's just get stuck in, see if we can place an order, see if we can get tagged. It might just be like a gentle tag, and see where we can go. And let's see if we can even get to 5 here. 4.87, that's close enough. I'll take that. If I can take that, I'll take it. And you know what, if it does go off to reach new highs, up to here, we're looking at, you know, almost 13. So that's great. I like the look of that. This is absolutely fine as well, because to be honest, it is pro trend, but we're in the middle of a massive range at the end of the day. And when you're in the middle of a range, if you are going to take orders, if you're taking extremes like this, fine, you know what, go to the end. But because we're in the middle range, we're only going to go to the middle highs, if that makes sense. It's just like a bit of risk mitigation. Anyway, enough blabbering. Let's just get stuck in. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. I thought we were in a little bit of trouble then, but it's looking fine to me. We're tagged in, which is great. Could have gone with the halfway point, but we're not doing that today. Let's see if we can have some luck. It's not looking good. Alright. Oh, no way. What are the chances of that? We've just missed it. We've just missed our target by like 1 fraction of a pip. What's our stop loss, by the way? 5.4. Okay. Oh man. This is heartbreaking. Oh no! You know what? Something that I've just missed. Even though that... Oh, okay. The aggression in which it pulled back. You do quite often get this. But there was an order block right here. There was an order block right there, which looks very appealing. But the aggression in which this had pulled back. But quite often they're the ones which end up shooting off. Yeah, okay. You might be thinking, Paul, what are you doing? This is risky. If price comes back to this, we're going to get in again, and we're going to try and ride it just for top of this one. Okay, a little bit risky. Chances are you'd probably have taken a break even on this if it was... Oh no, it wouldn't have stopped us out yet. If price comes back to here, we're going to be getting in. And what about that for a risk reward ratio? 7 and a 5. Should we try this? It seems a little bit... looks a little bit stupid, to be honest with you, but this is a solid order block, and the reason for that, okay, I'm just going to zoom in on this candle just to make it really, really simple, and I'm talking specifically about this black candle. Okay, that one is, we're getting wick rejections along the bottom, there was liquidity being formed underneath these. There was a swoop originally to get us in, and then another swoop, and then another swoop, okay? But what it did was it pushed it up. Still, it was a black candle, but it didn't close lower than this, okay? So it's starting to reject the market off of this order block. Now, price went up quite steeply to begin with, and it's cleared out the liquidity which was formed along here, okay? So I'm just going to mark on here that there is liquidity, or there was liquidity there. The other liquidity was formed under here, and basically price went up, didn't quite break those highs, came down, tapped this order block, and it looks as though price may well go back up and fill this, hopefully. If not, it might just reach this order block and continue its way down, but let's find out. Let's see what happens. I'm not targeting that high with this second trade. I'm going with this high, even though it's, well, it's fractional, isn't it? But anyway, let's go. And look at that. Okay, so we get tagged in. Yes, we've got a wick at the top, but let's just see how we get on. Okay, there was another opportunity there. Sorry about this. I don't want to make this video too long again, but there was another order block right here. I was clicking a little bit too fast, so this one's a missed opportunity. But this inside bar here, again, wick rejection to the bottom. It was an inside bar to this candle. Price continued up. It broke this high. I should have marked it on my charts as soon as this candle had formed, and we would be in on a third move, but with no profit at this stage. So that would be very risky, and that would be, if you were stopped out of all three of these, that would be my trading done for the day. Okay, 3 losses in a row, I'm out, most of the time anyway. So let's just see. Oh, okay, there we go. So these two hit. If this one, you know what, I'm just gonna really quickly, I'm gonna put that down as a missed opportunity, because it's always good to refer back to why you missed it. One, for me, it was clicking too fast, but that was an inside bar order block. Okay, I've heard lately that there's a lot of people giving a bit of beef to inside bars, but you know what, inside bars, I think they're great. You know, once you learn how to use them properly, it's why I've got them highlighted for a start. You know, I use them, but that would have been 6.44. So let's just mark it on the chart as a missed opportunity. So plus 6.44% missed, and then I'm going to put in a reason. So click too fast, and I'm going to change that to yellow because it's a missed trade. And then this one we took profit on, which is great. So that's 7.06, and this one is 4.87. Okay, so the smallest one was the beginner one. Yeah. So right, so that's 2 straight off the bat, and that is plus 12% if I can calculate that correctly. And okay, we're 2 days into February, and well, it's just the evening. What time was that? 10 o'clock. Bit risky, but you'd be fine. And that one which we missed, midnight, yeah, I'd probably get in that in real life. So, superb. Okay, I like that. Should we have targeted those highs? I don't know yet. Let's see. There's another, I don't like the order block down here. It's had a lot of juice taken out of it by those wicks. So let's just see where we go. Let's see what price does. Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so what's happened is that we've created a little bit, I was going to say we've created a high, but I need to demonstrate that first. We've now got a break of this low on the 15-minute. Okay, so if it's right, I'm just going to clear up my charts a tiny bit, move that out of the way. It's a bit dark, but essentially this push, so this push down generated a move which broke over these highs. Ooh, and then broke over this high. Okay, so that high was broken there with a body, which is great, but price then rejected, worked its way down, which is 21 pips, so a big rejection, came down, broke below this. So as far as I'm concerned now, we're potentially looking at least a short downturn move, or a downtrend move. And if we're going to get in any shorts, our initial target is going to be here. Okay, so this is the lowest point on this mid-range move. okay, this mid-range move. And if we want to, what we can do is, I've added this, okay, so this is premium versus discount. Anything, you know, it looks like price is going up. The last move was to break those highs, which is great. So realistically, we don't want to be taking any trades which are within here to go up. We want to be taking the discounted price, which is in green, to be going up if we can. Now, adversely, if we're going to be working our way down, if this is going to be our new high, okay, we can mark one of these up on the chart. Again, it's there to here. Anything in the green there, if we're going to be targeting this as our low, we want to be getting involved. Okay, it's above the 50% equilibrium, which is great. So I'm just going to keep that on there just for the moment and just see what price does. You know, it might do nothing. There's a lot of chatting here, so I'm just going to keep on going. Alright, so we've got our first pullback. We got a press down, which is great. Right, so I'm just going to mark this up. So we've just got a break of a low, basically. But I do like the look of this as a potential pullback. So if price is going to continue up, we're going to get a break of this high here. But what's it left behind? It's left behind a nice juicy move right here. Okay, that is going to be 15 supply. And that means it's still in this green zone, okay, for that. So, you know, it means that it's in discount for us. It's not in premium, it's in discount. I'm just going to mark that there. I'm going to see, would we get a 1 to 5 move? Switch that back to here. Getting short from here. Then targeting there. Yeah, 5.97. Okay, so that's great. I'd be happy to take that. Okay, so this looks like a typical whipsaw move as well. Price is starting to consolidate. The move, so if anybody's familiar with this, in December 2021, the whole month for Euro USD looked exactly like this. Okay, there was a big move down, price started to zigzag, then there was a whipsaw move up, and then a move down to shake people out. So initially teased people by going up, which should be marked on the chart, by the way. So it teased people by going up, and then it went down, stopped all these guys out, went down, went below the lowest low at that point, and then shot its way back up for its true move. So it literally went like this. And this is what I'm expecting price to do here. So price worked its way down. It's doing it zigzagging, annoying stuff where it's really tricky price action. Makes its move up, so everyone thinks, yay, it's broken this high. But really what they do is they drive it down, grab all the liquidity from under here, do its little move, and then off it goes, alright? Or something more like that. And then off it goes, and the true move takes place. So we're just going to get stuck in. Okay, I'm going to try and follow price down to here if I can get in. And then we're going to be looking at this area, some of this imbalance, and potentially an order block down here, and take it long again. So let's just see where we get. It's probably taking off without us now. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay. Right, okay, that shot up very, very quickly. It's a good rejection. I'm feeling positive. Boom, there we go. So we get another win. That's not bad going at all. Okay, so let's get rid of this. That theory worked, which is superb. And then we get a nice little move down as well. Superb. Right, okay, let's mark that up. 5.97. Brilliant. Okay, so there's another win. That's looking pretty sweet at the moment. Alright, so let's just watch price. Let's see what it does at the moment. But we've had a break of this low. Okay, let me just mark up the charts correctly. So we've got a break of that low. That makes that the high. Might as well keep it there. We've got a break of this wick, which is there. Which means that if we shoot above here, which is now the highest point, we might be looking at a reversal. We've gone straight into that area, which is essentially just a huge imbalance. So all between here and actually the start of this box, there's an enormous amount of imbalance. Usually it's the halfway point where imbalance gets mitigated, and looking at that, to me, that looks like the halfway point. Oh wow, you can't really get that more accurate, can you? Right, so the halfway point of the imbalance has been mitigated. So, you know, price could work its way down to here. We can get involved in an order block, ideally targeting upwards. Or it starts doing its little zigzag move. Yeah, so let's see. Looks like the imbalance has held. Nice. Okay, so if you're familiar, this is Choc. Yes, it's just a wick break at the moment, so let's just watch price a little bit more and see where we can go. Alright, cool, okay, I'm satisfied with that. So we get another break of that with a body, price is coming back down. Can we get involved with anything at this stage? Let's see if we can. Was there anything just before here which we'd be happy to get involved with? I would say this candle here. There's a downward move just here. That was broken by this candle here. Oh, that candle there, possibly just that inside bar if I was to narrow it down. No, cover the wick of that. Okay, right. I would possibly in real life just try and target that inside bar, but because we've got the downward wick right here, that rejection down. Okay, that's probably about as defined as I can get it, or refined, let's say. And let's try to just target. Let's see if we can just get a target of this high. Will we even get a 1 to 5? 5.8. Okay, maybe I'm being a bit stupid with this because we've only just had the break, but ideally you want to try and get in at the start of any trends. And realistically, yeah, that would be a first target. And then your next target would be there, and then there. But in terms of this range which we're in, this grand old range between here and here, we want to be targeting this. There, we want to be targeting that. Because if we get back up our, sorry about this will make sense. If we get back up our premium versus discount, we are now in discount, price came into discount, it's working its way back up. We've got a change of direction on the 15 minute, what time are we? If I flick onto the 4 hour, this will show me what direction it's going to go in. So let's go back a tiny bit. We've got this placed on the charts, we're going to be taking this trade. I'm going to go back a tiny bit so it doesn't reveal anything, but we're going to jump back to the 4 hour just to see where we are structurally, just to double check this. So price broke that, got a break here, price is working its way up, came down. Our next target is this high. Yeah, it's this high. Superb, so that's going to be our target. We've had a mitigation. Oh right, yeah, so this was an order block on the 4 hour as well. Okay, superb. So let's drop down, back down to the 15 minutes. I'm confident on making this our target. If we don't get it, we don't get it. What's the figure on that anyway? 31. Okay, so that's a 31. Okay, that's making me feel a little bit insane doing that now. Should I be doing that? I don't know. Let's see. So where did we get to? Boom. Right, we're in. Are we in and out? Alright, well, if I took that order block as the low, we would definitely be out. We're in. Okay, this isn't looking good. Looking very positive. Oh, looking bad again. Oh, shit. You're joking, man. Oh, well, right. So, we're out of that, which is very, very frustrating, but let's see if we can get back in on something on the way up. That is annoying. Oh, let's mark that on our chart as well. So that is -1. I knew I was getting a bit cocky there. I am not the market. I must remind myself. No, not really, I'm joking. I know I'm not. So, right, okay. This looks like it could be leaving behind a good all block if price does take off. Oh, there we go. Another retest of this area. What can we do? Now there's a lot of orders coming into the market. Yeah, price is going to take off from here. Just watch this. I can guarantee, well, almost guarantee it. There's a lot of orders coming in. And tell you what, I've just checked the time and I have to take my son for doctors, so I'm going to continue this video a little bit later on. So I'm just going to pause it here. Right then guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I just had to take my son for doctors and he is alright, which is good. So where were we? Let's get stuck back in. What date are we on? Oh, only on the 3rd. Right, I'm going to try and plough through this. We were looking for buys, weren't we? This looks mitigated, but there's a long wick. So let's see what we get. This isn't a convincing break. So let's see what we can get. Okay, bit more encouraging. Okay, so there's a clean break from, well, from there it wasn't clean, but from here it is. Let's try and get in. It's not wise to take this one because that was a wick break, so it's going to be the order block behind it. The order block behind it was this. This took its liquidity from there. That took its liquidity from there. This is the order block. Okay, if I could go on a lower time frame, there'd probably be an order block somewhere down here in the wicks, but I don't necessarily want to go down to the wicks, so we're just going to place another order potentially on here. This looks massive and it's like we would have been hit already. So what we're going to do instead is go for a place where we're probably going to get a mitigation of any liquidity under here, and by the liquidity I mean literally underneath these wicks. Okay, so we're just going to mark liquidity down there because that's where there's some going to be forming. It might come lower than this, and if it does, we will look to enter into the market. Okay, so let's try that. I'd be more keen to place this a little bit cleaner. No, let's go with there and see if we can get in. Low. There are opportunities all over the place. Every day there's at least 100 are available on the lower time frames. So I don't worry too much about getting stopped out anymore because it can happen. Oh, that's looking better. Right. Anyway. Oh, we didn't get tagged. We didn't get it. Oh my days. But this is a good one. Okay, so we didn't get it. If we went for that one, no, we still wouldn't have got it. Okay, well, whatever. We didn't get tagged in, but there was a liquidity sweep, so that has been swept from there. So this order block is dead to me now. So we are going to be looking. Let's remove this and get this off the chart. And we can mark on here that the order block has been mitigated. So let's place that there, going across, mitigated OB, and this is the next block. Okay, if we get a nice break off of here, okay, hopefully we will. If not, we still want to get involved in this move up. Yeah, it's moving up nicely now. We'll probably get a nice break of this as well. And if so, we can get involved. Superb. I just want to make sure that we're not running into any issues. These are just wicks. Price should fly through those. Then there's a big gap. Might be an issue when we come to here. Let's see how we get on. Oh, hang on. I actually forgot to draw it on. Okay, that means that we're tagged in. Sorry guys, I actually forgot to draw the entry on. Let's get this going. Oh, that's a big stop. That's 8.2. And the target's going to be up here. So we're only looking at an 8R return. Okay, not looking good. Oh, this looks like a mistake. Okay, there's a sweep of those lows. So just like what we had down here with that one, we had a sweep of the lows. This swept those lows. We've literally just had it again. So this is a recurring theme with this pair. It happens with all pairs, but with this pair especially. Low, 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 low. Lows of liquidity being formed along here. Just so you can see it, just underneath those wicks. So we're just going to draw liquidity on, just so we've got, just so I can demonstrate it. We've been entered into the trade, which is great, well, to an extent. And let's see what we can do. Okay, positive. Let's hope that this isn't going to be a whipsaw effect, just like this one. So move us up, move us back down, and then take us off again. Chances are it's going to bring us back down again. It might bring us back down to around about here, or no, that's been swept. I really hope it doesn't take us down to here. okay, but it's looking positive. No. Should I have just... Oh, never mind. Right, that was a prime order block. Oh well. Ah, would have been stopped out anyway. Okay, good. Come on, trading view. Oh. I was just about to say, is it going to come back down to this zone here as the last sort of order block? If it did, we would be tagged in, but I've missed this. Might mark it on the chart as a missed opportunity. Yeah, that looks like I've just missed that one. Let's mark it on the charts as well though, just so we can keep track of missed trades. That's frustrating because the stop loss is considerably smaller. We're probably going to get a much better risk reward ratio. That's going to go to about there. Yeah, 11.2, but this is missed if it comes in. We only got maybe a tiny sweep up here. High 332, 333. Okay, we didn't even get a sweep. The move is going up. We haven't had a break of this yet, but we have had the change of direction. And it is reacting. Oh man, I've missed this. I've missed this. There's another trade that we've missed. Sorry, I'm clicking too fast because I'm conscious of the video being too long again. We had an order block up here. We would have been tagged into it. Our first target would be here because it's counter trend. Let's just do a very brief check. You know what? Let's draw this up. Okay, so we would have been tagged in. Let's see if we'd have got the 5-to-1 on a counter trend. Oh, we'd have got it. You know what? We would have got that. Oh well. You know what? That's a missed trade. So let's put that in yellow. Okay, bit frustrating. There's a couple of missed trades there already. But it was counter trend. Okay, so trend is going up. That's counter trend. Well, the trend was going down, but we've had our reversal signals. This is looking like a reversal pattern now as well. So kind of hard to identify, but it is essentially there. And that was a wick, and then it was broken by that. You know what? It's not looking like a reversal pattern. This is just going to grab liquidity from here and go. Now, this is a missed trade as well, isn't it? I was thinking that we were getting lucky then, but this is a missed trade too. Oh man, that's a precision entry. And this was a missed entry, but now it's not because we've just been tagged. Which is great. So we're in this trade now. Again, I'm not too worried. The reason for that is the wicks here are demonstrating to me that there's still orders going into the market. No, we didn't break above this. We didn't break above this high. We didn't break above these. But the trend is still going up, generally speaking. What's the time on here? 5:15. Okay, I'm going to jump to the 4 hour. It shouldn't reveal anything. We're in this trade anyway, so yeah, we're still working our way up to here. Back down to 15. Let's keep going. Oh wow, okay, we hit that fast. We hit that a lot faster than I thought that we would. And there was another potential order block just here, which we could have got involved in, especially as breaking this this area here. So again, there was another potential area where you could get involved, and that would have been maybe a 1 to, yeah, probably been 1 to 5. But I'll take that. And we had this one. Did we have this one? Yep, this one was running too. So we just got 2 good trades in there. That was an 8-ish, wasn't it? Yeah, 8.22. So let's mark that up. 11.32. Okay, so that's looking really good for a few days. Here we are. Just going to work back. What is it that we're looking towards now? So we're looking towards this one as a target and then this one. But there's every possibility that price could probably reverse back down to. Yeah, we got a clean break of that as well with a body along here, and that was H4 structure. So what we need to do is drop back to the H4. Okay, I've got to go back a couple of paces just so it doesn't reveal anything. Here we are. So let's mark out the next 4-hour zone if there is an order block to go with. So let's mark out the new low between here and here. So we know this was broken. So between there and there, the lowest low was here. And we'll mark that out as H4 boss. We can get rid of the boss. Just H4 structure. That's H4. Worked its way up, broke this area very comfortably with a body, very, very comfortably. So there's another area here as potential, which is right. Where's the lowest point? Is it there? Or is it here? Is that second one? Okay, so there's a couple of areas. This is the main zone. This is pretty much the halfway point. So I'd still be keen to be aware of what's going on here. This was a direct mitigation of that order block. So even if you were doing this on the 4-hour time frame only, you know, there's order blocks all over the place which you can be targeting, as long as they make sense to do so. So we've just got to be aware of these structural areas. Now going back to the 15, is there anything here which we can potentially get involved in? Probably not. Oh well, let's just keep on going and see what we can get to. What's beyond this? Oh yeah, it was up here. Okay, so that's quite a long way to go. Let's speed this up. Okay, straight into a bit of resistance. You know, struggling to move high. The reason why I'm not, oh wow, okay, we reached that quickly. And we've got into the next week, okay? So let me just check the link for the video. Tell you what, we'll leave it there because it's going to get too long otherwise. Let's just mark up what we've got. But that's a good ending point to the week. It's almost broken through the major high, or the ultimate high, whatever you want to call it, major high I call it. Let's just see what we got. Okay, so we did get a loss, only one loss. I love this pair, honestly I love this pair. Let's just get the calculator up. So we've got 4.87 plus 7.06 plus 5.97 plus 8.22, 11.32, 37.44 in a week. Okay, so that is amazing. 37.44 in a week. And we're going to call this week 5, okay? So it's essentially the 5th week into the new year, or into this year, into 2021. So that's great. And what else did we get? Okay, so we had a couple of missed trades. Oop. So these missed trades, let's add these up as well, just so we can see. There's probably a lot more which I missed on the chart as well, like mid-range order blocks and mid-run order blocks. You know, basically working its way up. We could have got involved in loads of them, but we got 6.44 plus 4.95, so 11.39 missed. So we missed 11.39, and we got one loss. So that was made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins and 1 loss. Okay, so that is not a bad week at all. I'm quite pleased with that. I hope that you guys are as well. You know, on the 4-hour, it's starting to look quite clean again. If we remove all of our drawings, that high has been clearly broken by this move. I'm working our way down between here and here. That's the low. This is the ultimate low because that between there and there, the massive range has been broken. We're now in the move. This very minor high has been broken by that. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 areas to look at on the way down, on the 4-hour at least. Before price starts doing something else, it might just literally zigzag down and shoot back up again. Then we've got another order block to look at on the 4-hour. So looking really good, really positive. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it, and if you have, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think of it so far, and yeah, speak soon. Thanks.